A well-functioning security organization has four teams that complement each other. Security advisory. The mode of engagement is purely supportive. Security operations is really there to prioritize security assurance checks on the work of other teams. Lastly, security compliance. This team makes sure the rest of the organization adheres to certain rules. Hi, this is Carsten from Hacking Matters, where each week we discuss the opportunities in cybersecurity. Previously, we looked at the role of the security leader, the CISO. Today, we're going one level deeper and discuss the rest of the security team. A well-functioning security organization has four teams that complement each other, but follow slightly different missions. The four teams are security advisory, operations, assurance, and compliance. The shared overall goal between all four teams is to enable informed risk decisions. That is, allow the organization to find the trade-off points between opportunity and risk, and then help the organization reach that trade-off point. Let's look at each of the teams in turn. First, security advisory, which is basically an internal consulting force deployed into the other technology domains to support them in reaching their security goals. The mode of engagement is purely supportive. We listen and we recommend, but we only wield soft power. I like to use the term security ambassador to describe the mission. An ambassador, somebody who's paid by one country, but really spends most of the time in another country, so outside of the security team, to observe and advise, but without wielding any hard power. The security ambassadors regularly come together, discuss open questions, and try to help each other find best practices to be advised to the rest of the organization. Second, security operations. A team that supports the rest of IT operations with security monitoring, with vulnerability management, sometimes with identity management, patch management. The responsibilities can be divided differently for different organizations. Security operations helps the other IT teams prioritize the limited time they have to spend on security topics between patching, hardening, incident response. Security operations is really there to prioritize where time needs to be spent the most. The third team, security assurance. Here we're talking about pen testing and red teaming, basically challenging what the rest of the IT teams and technology teams have come up with, trying to find errors and enable joint learning so that some teams can focus on building new stuff and the assurance team points out when they've gone a little bit too fast and need to understand the technology better that they're using. Security assurance checks on the work of other teams and nudges them towards a better and better understanding of the technology they're using. Lastly, security compliance. This team makes sure the rest of the organization adheres to certain rules that are required, for instance, by law, where there isn't much wiggle room, where we have to follow the rules. Only a small subset of what security does needs to strictly adhere to rules, and hence the scope of the compliance team is the smallest, and the mode of engagement is the strictest and least collaborative. When looking at all four teams, you'll notice that they differ in how they engage with the rest of the organization. The advisory team listens and comments on the work of others, but wields no hard power to change anything, and thereby is the most collaborative in its approach. The security operations team checks and prioritizes, and thereby is a little bit of a referee on the work of others, but still does not wield much hard power, and hence still is very collaborative. The assurance team checks and nudges the other teams, so does influence decisions to some extent, but still in a mostly collaborative mode. And finally, the compliance team is the least collaborative because rules must be adhered to if required by law or otherwise. So these four teams, they provide a spectrum of different modes of interactions between the security team and the rest of the organization. And it's important for the CISO to know when to activate which team. Of course, you always want to start as collaboratively as possible and only activate the stricter teams once you run out of other options. Let's look at the broader context in which the security team operates. Next to the security team, there often exists a small privacy organization that operates similar to the compliance team, and in fact could be a part of the security compliance team as well. Because privacy is not necessarily aligned with the business objectives of every company, the privacy organization too needs to wield some hard power in preventing decisions that would otherwise put at risk the data of individuals. And finally, let's look at how the security organization should be embedded in the overall decision-making process of the company. In my experience, the best way to reach good and balanced technology decisions is through a technology board. It encompasses technology leaders like the CTO or the chief data officer, but also representatives of the business division who can better judge the opportunities. The CISO should be a non-voting member of this board, so to strictly stick to a collaborative and supportive role in which the CISO informs other technology leaders about the risks, while business informs them about the opportunities. This enables an informed risk dialogue in which opportunities and risk are looked at equally and the right trade-off decisions are made. Hopefully, this security org chart blueprint will help you implement an effective security organization. In other videos, we discussed the processes and tool stacks that each of these teams should leverage to be most effective. If you have any feedback or comments, we look forward to reading them below. And until then, happy hacking.